everybody knew what a downwinder was. We were the anti-nuclear capital of the world. I was an autistic kid. My father was a drafted United States Marine, an incredible man. I come from an incredible family. My uncle stood on Omaha Beach on D-Day. I grew up on a huge ranch out by the lake. He was a beautiful, incredible person. He was at Pendleton, combat ready, and they were human guinea pig. They were marched into the trenches in Nevada. They're called atomic veterans. He nearly died at the blast. Between 1951 and 1968, we had 300 open-air tests. Well, as different scientists started to write about this, Wallace Stegner was at the University of Utah at the time. I got to know him. Edward Abbey was hanging around there. I got to know him. I got to know all these environmentalists, and I was an environmentalist, and it was a passionate, intense subject matter there.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Bloomgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. Bloomgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. They'll be calling you a radical. May God have mercy on all of your souls.
Nuclear power was evolving. We were promised, oh, this can't happen.
Well, time to come out of your dogma snuggies, and everybody's in one. The dogma snuggie scenario is not getting better. It's getting worse, and YouTube is making it worse. These Johnny-come-latelys, 3 years later, that are showing up, and they're regurgitating stuff that the very few of us were talking about 3 years ago. 3 years ago. And I want to get into this, and how important this is for people to view things in real time as they happen. Ackerman says it best. These people are all still waiting for the meat event when it already happened. It's so important. I'll tell you why it's so important. When you get cancer, you don't have time to go retrospective. This retrospective regurgitation spin that is all over out there is so obscene. Look, you get people, and all you YouTubers and you vloggers and bloggers that, you know, it's whatever is in vogue for the day. You know, Fukushima got involved, so there. So now you're talking about the economy now? You're talking about it now? You're talking, I mean, I got a guy call me yesterday. Starts babbling off about the EU's got a negative interest rate. Yeah? So do we here. The United States had a negative, how long? You want to talk about stuff that happened in 2003, 2002, 2004, in 2014? Where have you guys been? I mean, and the reason I want to dive into this, you know, hardcore fashion, dramatically, look, right on YouTube, right there in front of your noses. Very simple. Laid it out in exact hardcore detail. I laid it out. I laid it out from the day Fukushima happened. Not just Fukushima. I laid out the economic thesis in hardcore detail from the day it happened. I sit and took people right by the hand. $3,000. And followed along, turned $3,000 into $700,000. From March 2010, April 2010, to September of 2011. 3,000 to 700,000. In real time, right? And it's all over there. They follow along. Videos all over. August of 2011 in the morning, getting up. Every morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. That's what good investors do. Just like some people, you know, trying to refire up my hedge fund to go back in. Because what happened along the way? What happened? The derivatives that I owned and the investment portfolio that I owned the day I got cancer, $700,000. If I were by the next spring, that portfolio was worth over $20 million. Well north of $20 million. That's what cancer does to you. That's what it did to me. I look back on it. I mean, wow, talk about my place in time. Talk about how my path was. I was not meant for me to be rich. It was not meant to be. Probably the greatest derivative call of my entire career, my entire life, I made in August 2011. Every morning, told people watching, get out of your gold. Get out of gold right now. The gold is over to the day. I mean, I called it. There's a video out there I did to the day that it peaked at 1900. To the day. Not just tell you sell it. No. I told you to buy Tesla at $15, $16, $17, $18 every day. Not only that, I said, I did a lecture on my chalkboard, in my classroom, in my old classroom, right here where I'm at today. I said, buy the April 480s. And I remember I wrote it on the board, I'm sitting there and I says, buy the 4, and that's it. The stock was at 260. Not only the psychology of the market was, people were thinking it was 2008 again. So the premium on these derivatives were going away. They were $30. $30. Who would buy that out of the money? We're talking the stock was at 260. Apple. I won't buy this scumbag corporate America. I never have. I won't participate. But the derivative is that. In fact, when you buy an option and a derivative on an equity, you actually are fighting against the company. Because you call the stock out if you go into the strike. You take it away from them. They're evil. But we're the ones that created the evil. So I'm standing right there. Buy the 480. So I bought quite a few of them. $30. No, I didn't buy. When you invest, you don't invest $30 fucking dollars. Wow. So I bought a lot of them. Here I'm laying in the hospital dying. Full of AML leukemia. I was dying. Literally. No chance to live. I'm watching this thing go. I'm like, oh my God. Went into the money over $120. They went from $30 a piece to $6,000 a piece. I'm like, oh my God. I got inherited wealth and people that I manage their money that backed out of me because of their wives. Because I've come to the conclusion old. I was which is basically a blend. My PhD is a blend of art history in the real time, economics, putting it together in a socioeconomic status way in real time. Art, history, economics in real time. So you guys want to jump on economics now? Guy calling me, people all told her, Goldie's got a negative interest rate. Really? Greenspan thrashed the Fed. I'm standing right here by the Fed Mountain. The mountain's in the backdrop of my freaking video is the Federal Reserve Mountain. I mean, nobody can get onto. I mean, the dogma is so thick. I mean, right in your face. I mean, am I disgusted? Oh, yeah, because it's about cancer. The people, those coming in, there's sun flares going up. A meteor is going to hit. They group it all together. They try to group all this together. Fukushima is an abstract incident that cannot be grouped together with everything else. It's hundreds of thousands of times that any event has happened ecologically to every DNA of every living thing. Forever. That's what Fukushima is. 311. So, here I'm putting together my PhD, working on it, which basically I wanted to prove why are people so fucking stupid? Why are they derogatory to their own benefit? This is in the time of the teabagger fucking lunatic fucking revolts. Which, by the way, every problem we have in this country is we let the ignorant take the field. The intelligent laid down. The ignorant took the field. They took the field. We got Rand Paul. I mean, that's a cartoon character. Look at that fucking guy. He's named after Rand. Ayn Rand. How did Ayn Rand become the the economic political thesis in this country? I mean, it's almost impossible. It's beyond insanity. It's the most insane thing I've ever, besides nuclearism. The most insane thing. Religion. as people dogmatize their religious beliefs and flip Christianity into the devil himself. Evangelicals and Mormons, make no mistake about it. Evangelicals and Mormons have evolved into pure devils. They're the opposite of any freaking teachings of Jesus Christ. They're exact opposite. It's insane. It is generational arrogance on Balco. Nuclearism, total insanity. I mean, it's the most insane thing, but there's something even more insane. The way people think. I mean, the way people think, it's insanity right now. Really? How did Ayn Rand, Ayn Rand was insane, by the way. Completely. I mean, a lot of insane people make great science fiction writers. She's to economics what L. Ron Hubbard was, well, not even that, to Scientology. I mean, she never claimed to be an economist. Never one single time. Never. I was doing video after video. Science fiction economics is mine, by the way. It is mine. I have it patented. I have it copyrighted. Some of the best writers in the world, some of these big kingpins out of the Bill Clinton Treasury Department tried to steal it. I had to threaten to sue them. It's mine. It's probably the most brilliant one I ever came up with science fiction economics. Black and yellow journalism. So many of these are all mine. Along this video content, is people have underestimated the power of YouTube. YouTube somehow, and social media somehow, via YouTube, sitting in a freaking basement with a freaking Skype camera, regurgitating stuff that happened 3 years ago, the analysis of 3-year-old information, the apathetic. It becomes a pseudo de facto living vicariously through some kind of false bravado, I don't know, pseudo de facto personality. It's bizarre when it's the opposite of that, because you're branding yourself. People don't understand my videos, and a woman called me last night. We had a long talk about this. I said, look, people don't get it. I taught communications at the #1 school of freaking business in the United States. I've been heavily involved. I'm a hardcore, serious activist. I've been for 40 years. I was taught by the likes. I knew Stegner very personally. I knew Edward Abbey very, very personally. I know Allison McFarland personally. I know Barbara Boxer personally. I know freaking Wyden staffers all personally. I know Mike Lee personally. I know freaking Dirty Herbie personally. I know these people all personally in a very intimate way. I know a lot of their phone numbers. YouTube, when it came along, I was experimenting with it as a communications. I knew how powerful the genre was. I'm like, oh my God. When I saw the Supreme Court rule that you could say anything, the Supreme Court ruled that you could lose language. I had an argument with a professor right here. I was finishing my PhD. I was not a tenured professor, adjunct. I stepped in because of the tragic death of the legendary finance professor Clyde Cooley. Right here, I'm standing right at his place right now. The #1 school of business in the world. 680 people started the year in his program. My 4-year tenure, my undergraduate, we're 27 graduates. 27 out of 680. That's the type of school business this guy ran. Everybody in the world knew it. He got mad cow. Yeah, encephalitis. From Stericycle and Bountiful, and it mowed the most brilliant person I ever know. Genius. Mowed him down right as our MBA program was starting. So I was asked to step in. Came home from Wall Street. I wanted that first MBA from him. So here I'm teaching the MBA program, don't even have an MBA, with Kyle Madsen, brilliant professor. Stepped in. He was no Clyde Cooley. He kind of was, I think he had something about him that he was jealous of, even a dead Clyde Cooley, which I thought he got lung cancer, non-smoker. So did his wife, by the way. 5 years later, she just passed. Mowed down, dead. So here I'm thrown to the wolves. I'm in here with a board of directors, a board of regents at this university that's pathetic, sitting on the laurels. I'm trying to maintain. I don't even have my MBA right now. You think about this. I'm teaching the #1 could be the MBA program in the country, and I don't have an MBA. Pseudo de facto, being paid under the table, running Kyle Madsen's programs for him. I'm doing all his work. I'm doing all the university's work out of respect for Clyde Cooley. I have the last letter of recommendation he ever wrote. I was a derivative arbitrage specialist on Wall Street. And I was a hardcore environmentalist even while I was there. I was extremely successful. I came home to get that first MBA for a rash of death. What moved me? What changed me? Everybody I knew started dying of cancer. Everybody. The girl that I was intimately involved with, you know, that I was really in love with. I mean, passionately, intensely in love with her. And she, me too. Dead. Cancer. You know, of course, my father's tragic death of cancer. Clyde Cooley's, I mean, everybody that was in, all of a sudden, boom, 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 dead, 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 dead. I mean, I don't think people have any clue psychologically what cancer does to you. I mean, I'm not talking about, and breast cancers are tough and hardcore, but remember this. Breast cancer in early detection is 98% curable. 98%. That's the thing. These mammograms and these scans are so important. And these women, you know, I'm going to tell you a little story right now about dogma. I think it's the most important story. And all these YouTube videos and all this is for me to get in the domain. I understood that I needed to capture audiences because I understood the way the Google search engine works. The Google search engine, I knew the dynamic of that incredible massive computer. I understood that it does not freaking work on view counts. It could care less about view counts. It don't care about view counts. And they steal view counts. They play games with view counts. And we know for a fact the NSA's come out and admitted it now. Snoud's released The Guardian, which Snoud pisses me off so fucking much. You know, I got this nuclear off. He's a liar. He's a double agent working for the CIA. How the fuck does he get a fucking interview? Brian Williams, fucking CIA. The whole platform's so fucking over the top. The media's all fucking participating in the military-industrialized complex. It's grotesque. I mean, he's blowing the whistle at 60 Minutes. You think Bradley Manny would have got a platform on 60 Minutes? Do you think Michael Hastings would have got a platform on 60? Did you see Aaron Swartz on 60 fucking Minutes? I have the fucking email. This is the type of stuff that I fucking have. That you fading ghosts and you dogma research shit there. I'm a hardcore investigative fucking journalist. I'm a hardcore activist from day fucking one. The stuff that I have would blow your fucking mind. I have the email from 60 Minutes. From the president of NBC, like day 30 at Fukushima. Look, they went back and forth. Whistleblower fucking leaked it to me. I have it. You wouldn't believe this stuff. I have whistleblower air and water monitoring detection from Berkeley. I have the Coke study before it came out. I had all this stuff. I'm the one that announced to the world that the head of the Fukushima 50 was going to die long before because his mother freaking email. I have all this stuff. All of it. Because I've ate, slept, drank, it was in over my ears from the day it happened. Well, you faded ghosts, I don't know what you were on 3 years ago, but you sure were on this. Oh, and you're on it now. This woman got sick that I know. Real hardcore. She reminds me of so many people out on YouTube or whatever. They know it all. She had no formal education. I don't ever recall her ever having a job. She was about 70 years old, in good condition. Really a nutcase militant about her diet. I mean, she did the right things, a lot of things. She, you know, as far as, but she got all caught up, read some books about this healing and this energy off the body, and she really started going to La La Ville as far as that. It's kind of like the weed smoking thesis, or the apricot. Oh, trust me, she was in the apricot freaking extract, big time. All of it. No formal education, never had a job, never in the theater. But she was so dogmatic and arrogant. She knew it all. Just fucking ask her. She never lived any of it. I've lived it my whole fucking life. I've lived it. I mean, I'm not a fucking you find me on YouTube and you think, oh, God, this guy's crazy. He's intense. I do that to hold audiences because the search engine is on retention. I knew that. I got into an argument with a professor about using heavy language. The Supreme Court ruled. They ruled that you can say all these words, fuck, all these things. You can say fuck all you want. And I got an argument about the word fuck. I said, bullshit, I can say fuck all I want. No, you can't. BP happened. So I did that. That's the video. I did that video on BP. Fuck BP. Wow. That's what changed my world was the day BP happened. That's when I knew we were fucked. That's what really violated me. BP when it happened, and just watch that Dog and Pony show and watch British Petroleum, a corporation, the fucking Queen's fucking puppet baby. Watch them seal off United States public taxpayer beaches. Seal them off with private military. That's why I knew this country It's not going to happen, as Ackerman says. They're still waiting for the man. Already happened. The fucking... They destroyed America a long time ago. When they stole the election in 2000. Now you think about it. We'll get back to the theft of that. And it's not going to happen. Could happen. It happened. Fucking happened. Pre-11/11 is the greatest ecological disaster in fucking human. It's the greatest nightmare to you and your family that ever happened. Cancer. And I've never said life-ending event. Never. Yeah, life-ending event for individuals. And I know tons of them that have already passed away. And a lot of you fainting goats, I want you to fucking understand this. And know this. My YouTube blog, as it's gone along, probably hundreds of people fighting for their lives with acute, hardcore fucking cancer in these sites every day, fighting for their life in an intense, hardcore fashion. I look back at the comments. There's Paul's comments all over. He died February 25th last year. Carla died February 26th. Dana died last November. So many of them. When they use the word cute on you, so this woman gets cancer the same time I did, as so many did here. We had an acute outbreak of cancer in October 2011. Hardcore acute right here in Utah. Now we know why. You know, the mapping all over us is we couldn't take no money more. It's bioaccumulated. We're already contaminated from hell here. She's so militant. It was a simple lump. Simple lump on her breast. Doctor told her, let's just cut it out. You're fine. Incredible freaking shape woman. I mean, this woman looked 30 years younger than she was. Did it? You know, so militant. No, doctors are all pieces of shit. She's fucking... And I asked her one day, where did you get your medical degree? No, I think this woman's probably a woman who probably, you know, she might have graduated from high school, but that's it. And she's, you know, one of these women, never had a job, you know, whatever. I mean, never been in the theater, never, I mean, you couldn't even have a conversation with her. Oh, no, fuck, them doctors just kill you, that chemo. You know, I was so acute and so sick when I got cancer. I had as hardcore as cancer as a person can get. I had acute myeloid leukemia, which was misdiagnosed. Tumors wrapped around my lower fucking bowel. I went from 170 to 130 in 3 weeks. Misdiagnosed, doctors. And I will tell you right now, if you get cancer and you're diagnosed, I don't care what kind of cancer it is, you don't take no fucking shit from nobody. I didn't take no shit from fucking... Because I'm here to tell you. You think your community's going to rally around you? This culture of hate that we live in this country, you think anybody's going to... You know, there was plenty of people on YouTube in the early days, and those people have moved on and done what they do because they're great. The early people that were wrapped around Fukushima, they came to my aid. Oh, he's fucking right, they came to my aid. Yeah. On February 26, 2012, when I'm nearly dead in the hospital, at the top of East 8 in the bone marrow, the most heartbreaking place in the world, which you go in there, your chances of coming out are very low because they take the most radical cancers in the world. It's an incredible place up there. It's the most spiritual place in the world, bar none. People rallied around and they organized what they call Kevin Blanch, the greatest anti-nuclear activist on earth. Seance. Well, not seance. Spiritual Healing Day. People from all over the world did spiritual healing ceremonies for me on the beaches in Brazil, in Malaysia, in California, in Oregon, all over the world, Florida, all over the world, hundreds of them, simultaneously. They timed it all at the same time. Fires were built and had me stand by the window. That's the kind of people that are out there. But they reported Fukushima early, and that's what people like that do. The early ones, the ones that are all over it, they did what they did. They know that the regurgitation aspects now, so they've moved on. You know, a lot of those people moved to Chile. You know, the Santa Barbara surfers moved to Chile. This woman's so militant, just arguing with me. I mean, oh, you know, and God's will, hardcore Mormon who's twisted her Mormon. I mean, what has happened to those people? They should be all ashamed of themselves. The evangelicals should be really ashamed of themselves. Thou shalt not kill. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. That was the people killing him. No, they were all about bombing and mass murdering a whole freak of people that did anything. She died Christmas Day, 9/11. She should have never died. When you get sick, don't you listen to anybody's shit, especially all this fucking YouTube fucking armchair fucking doctor fuckheads. They're fuckheads. They're pieces of shit. I cure head like this guy in Texas. I'll tell you a story right here. I'm looking at this house, Dr. Marquardt, who made his fortune off the nuclear thesis, lives right here. Multi, worth fucking tens of millions of fucking dollars. This guy, fucking 83 years old. I think maybe 85. He gets leukemia. Same time I did. You get leukemia at 85, you're gonna die. I mean, that's it. Period. It's over. You get leukemia post 70 years old, your chance of living are pretty well forget about it, because they're not going to treat you, number one. Even if you have the money, your body, you're not going to handle a bone marrow transplant. You're not going to handle it. And remember this is leukemia. I'm talking acute leukemia. I'm not talking chronic leukemia. That is cancer of the blood. Cancer in every fucking cell at the core, your bone marrow. Think about that. Your bone marrow is full of cancer. That's what produces all this. Oh, you're going to take a pill? It's too late, fucker. Goodbye. You're fucking dead. So he goes down to this doctor this snake oil salesman piece of shit in Texas, and that's what that motherfucker is. Fucker ought to be, they're nothing but modern-day snake oil salesmen. They've been around forever. I talked to his daughter. That guy milked him out of millions of fucking, get this, an 85-year-old with acute leukemia. You're going to die. I mean, that's just the way it is. You're 85, fuckhead. This guy thought all his money, and this fucking guy milked him out of millions. And these people are going after him, by the way. He fucked with the wrong ones on this one. A lot of these snake oil salesman fuckers are going to go down. A lot of the fraud that's been contemporized in fucking American culture post-2000, it's like, what are we, kindergarten? It's what I told the other day. Well, everybody does it. I pay, I'm a contractor. I'm paying cash to a hungry brown people. It's against the fucking law. Cheating every aspect, but everybody does it. What are you, fuckers in fucking preschool? Everybody does it, mama. Okay. It's all going to catch up with you. It's like the fuckers that went down to the fucking Bundy run. It's all going to catch up. It's all going to catch up. Because contemporary culture is changing right now. And I'll tell you how it's fucking changing. And you think that's a big deal that Cantor got fucking beat? Let me talk about why Cantor got fucking beat. By a teabagger lunatic? Yeah, that guy's he's a fucking joke. Ayn Rand? So, the Ayn Rand, Alan Greenspan Fed, hijacked the Fed. They cut the interest rate to fucking zero when they should have been raising it. It's called classical medicine. As you as popular culture and politicians refuse to take the classical medicine. Alan Greenspan's the greatest terrorist in American history, bar none. Hannity, Beck, all these guys are terrorists, but not like him. Financial terrorists? No. I mean, he destroyed America. Crashed the fucking dollar. The whole Ayn Rand. So you got a fucking Republican Party, neoconservatives, been totally hijacked by fucking mentally ill lunatics. Rand, a cartoon character elected in fucking Kentucky. Fucking, we deferred to the Ryan, little fucking Herman Munster, who looks like a fucking some kind of little, who defers to Ayn Rand, an economist, no formal education whatsoever, no reality education whatsoever. She never claimed to be. If she's an economist, I'm a fucking astronaut. I'm an economist. In the fucking purity. Academia? Oh, yeah, I fucking got all that. I have the last letter of recommendation Spike Lee ever fucking wrote. But I was in the theater. I was a stuck-on plaster contractor for 30 fucking years. I stood on Wall Street. I was an arbitrage derivative specialist. I was on the front row in fucking Manhattan. Front fucking row. When the fucking euro went into work. I'm like, God, I'm so fucking happy this euro. I don't have to sit down and break down every single fucking currency all over. One by one. As an arbitrage derivative specialist. Brutal hard work, I hedged portfolios, what true hedge funds did. Not what these phony fuckers who call themselves hedge funds. There was a guy by named Southwick here that came in here in 2000, claimed he was a hedge fund in the real estate thesis. I asked him, which derivative market are you hedging? And he didn't even know what I was talking about. I knew he was a fraud right then. Used to go to KSL every day, I used to. All over. I used to tell all these people. I went to our local newspaper, the Standard Exaggerator, these pieces of shit. Tried to expose this guy. This guy's a fraud. He claims he's a hedge. There's only 3 derivative markets in the entire country. What are you hedging? That's what hedge funds do. They buy high dividend yield equities. They buy freaking whatever they're buying. They're hedging it through the futures markets, through the derivatives market, through the options markets on the downside. It's an insurance policy. That's why they were put in place. Hello, class. Okay, you're in the futures markets. What are the futures markets all about? Come on. Well, think about it. They were developed for farmers and oil and gas. All of these freaking gold. All of this. Think about it. Ranchers and farmers. North America. They grow their crops. Everybody fucking sells their crops in the fall. Cattle freaking mature at the same time. Everybody's selling at the same time. The natural freaking markets will fucking knock the price down, and so it's an impossible equation. So the future markets were developed so they could lock in a price. Take the risk out. That's what hedge funds do. Good hedge. These guys ain't fucking hedge funds anymore. They're fucking scammers. These sharks. And you look up Nate Elf, that fucker in Sarasota, Florida. Look him up. Look out these two Moody's, him and his fucking kid. This Moody guy and his kid went out and would just shark money. Shark and just send it to this guy. Make fucking tens of millions of dollars. By the way, they didn't go to jail. Southwick here finally got caught. $140 million in his community. He would go to the Mormon temple in Ogden, Utah, and this is how they work. They work on fucking religion, just like fucking all you guys are fucking God's will, God's will. That's how they play. When they're not, they have nothing to do with religion. They have nothing to do with spirituality. They would go to the temple and get on their knees and pray. And he'd say, we'll make a bigger contract than with the courts of law. We'll make a contract with God. These fuckers go for it. Hook, line, sink, $140 million. Little old ladies. Fucking robbing little old ladies. When I've got my hedge fund going here, don't want to go because I'm conservative as far as the hedge fund is. I was buying for these major investors in 2000 when everything's melting down. I was going into really high dividend yield stocks and just rolling the puts underneath them. What a home run that all was for these guys. But these guys all fucking panicked out. All panicked out. They bought into the contemporary culture, which you're buying into. Anne Land, really? Wow. She was on public assistance mostly her whole life. Atlas Shrugged? Oh my God, that book it's almost comical. It's hilarious, actually. They should make some sci-fi freaking... it's beyond Rod Sterling. It's beyond Spider-Man. You want to talk good science fiction? The Hulk. That's exciting and fun. What's he made out of? Plutonium? Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's right. They quote him over. So the same you fucking lunatics that are fucking talking about you are the same lunatics that supported this thesis. You created this, now you want to bitch about it. He was slashing the fucking rate. The Fed has one tool. American society has one fucking tool to control the economy. Interest rates. He slashed it. He cut it because that's what you people demanded. You fuckers all had to have it because, I want a fucking refinance house. I want fucking 6 cars, 5 boats, 8 fucking motorcycles. Because it's a fucking masquerade party. Look at me, neighbors. I got more toys than you. Guy with the biggest house wins. No, the guy with the biggest house fucking loses. Y'all fought for it. We got fucking, look at these fucking brown guys from the South. I'm going to pay cash here to build my fucking house. Your house is a piece of fucking dog shit. I was a stucco contractor. I still do laughing plaster. Built the tree in the kids' museum. That's all my work. I built that giant tree those kids go. It's made with laughing plaster. Restored the 1905 Masonic Temple, hung by a rope. I'm not talking a crew. I'm talking me. Hung by a rope off the top of that thing with a fucking hammer and chisel. My secret sauce. But it couldn't be done. Can't be done. Oh, really? Watch me fucking do it. By myself. Nasty fucking projects. You guys got fake stone. Don't you love this fake stone? Oh, I'm a stone. You ain't no fucking stone. I'm a stonemason. I fucking split with fucking Weber granite fucking rock. I got scars all over my body from it. I grew up in the fucking... I showed Christina the fucking pits that I grew up in. The purest, whitest sand pits in the world. That's my grandfather. That's the guy. That's how I fucking came up to be. I came up to be with a hawk and trowel in my fucking hand. Not fucking drywall, but with these little teeny strokes. Big, sweeping, beautiful fucking strokes. Across a fucking wall like a fucking violinist. That's how I came to be. It's so outrageous that you want to regurgitate like fainting goats now that we have a negative. What do you think QE 1, 2, 3, and 4 are? Look, the Fed's interest rate was 0. Out of tools. What was fucking Bernanke do? What the fuck was he to do? What's any of them to do? What's Yellen to do? It's over. You as the populace will fucking... You fucking cry and throw a fit like baby, oh, I'll go, they're going to roll the... lowering the rate will stimulate. Well, really? For 15 fucking years? Oh, what is about inflation? Yeah. Fucking A. Oh, inflation go up. What happens when the dollar says, what the fuck are you feeding goats? The dollar already got fucking trashed. Okay, class, let's start at the beginning. Let's go back to 3rd fucking grade fucking... And then we'll involve finance 101. Oh, I watch some YouTube videos. I listen to fucking Milton Friedman. Milton Friedman's a terrorist. Milton Friedman's dumber than a fucking stick. You've been hacked. You've been smacked by a smooth criminal. The Fed, know yourself. You guys demanded it through your political party. It is representative of government. Why do you think Canada lost? Think about this. Now you think about this. This is the laws because these guys lie on polls. They lie like a motherfucker on polls. That's all they ever do is lie on polls. And they've lied so long. They got away with the lies, Karl Rove. Everybody says, oh, Karl Rove was a genius. Karl Rove, right on this campus, we ran this fucker out of here. This punk tried to be political operative right here. I debated that fucking fat, squiddy-eyed little fucking creepy weasel dick. Carl with a small C as his mother intended. His own wife says, I think it probably has a very small penis. That's his fucking ex-wife. That's got to be the ugliest little creep. Oh, he was a genius. He did. This needs to be gilded in gold, cast and marked in history. Karl Rove destroyed the Republican Party. Oh, he's a genius. What, a genius? He never won anything. He never won one thing. So he's Benedict Arnold on fire. Oh, they stole the election in 2000. They didn't win. So you think about the thesis. So Canada is sitting there. His polls are up 34 points. What? How is that? Is that even possible? That the polls are up 34. This is one of the insane stories I've ever heard in my life. How can he be up 34 points and lose? I'll tell you why. Because they believe their own lies. They believe their own fucking lies. And you think this guy that is replacing is better than him? No, he's worse. It's worse. It's just like we got rid of Bennett here, yeah, piece of shit, and replaced him with Mike Lee. 10 times worse. It's so outrageous, the dogma that people fall for, because I've come to the conclusion no one can step back and view from the broader perspective. Nobody can see anything in real time. Somebody could walk up to you and hand you an original Picasso worth $20 million. You not only fucking say, what the fuck is that? You would take it home and you would fucking paint fucking red paint over the top of it and paint fucking pretty butterflies on it. It's fucking reality. My videos are to mark history. My videos are so people can fucking survive this evil fucking disease. I survived cancer against all fucking odds. The type of cancer I've got, the survival rate is nearly zero. There was two of us. Carla had, that's the Nouveau too. They used to call it Kevin and Carla. She'd run the Ogden Marathon. Went in for her biopsy. They found a lump in her breast, but she had a good pathologist. I had a shitty pathologist. Silverman, who claims he's the greatest pathologist in the state, who's an arrogant, no good piece of shit. He dipped mine in the wrong solution. I was misdiagnosed over and over, but as you don't you listen to anybody. Second, third, I went to the University of Utah. By the way, the University of Utah Medical Center is a fraud. They're one of the greatest frauds in the fucking world. They're a fraud. They killed Paul, by the way. They killed a lot of people. They're a fucking death zone from hell. Think about it. Who is it? Huntsman Chemical? Oh, yeah, John Huntsman Sr., who stole the Star Powerade fucking patents. Oh, yeah, he thieved them. Huntsman had 357 fucking benzene plants around the fucking world. They invented the cervical container. They're giant. Give you cancer, then fucking rob every penny you got. You know, my doctor said, you want to go to the fucking Huntsman and eat the fucking good food, stay in the hotel? Go ahead. You want to live? Come here. They told me that the first fucking day. I says, I'll take fucking living. You get cancer, no one's going to come to your fucking site. You know, you think they are. You think doctors give a fuck? You think fucking people are the community? And that's another sad thing. The medical filing fucking information is a fucking joke. Now, Apple's come out. They're working with the Mayo Clinic. My uncle at the Mayo Clinic at the time. I'm like, fuck you fuckers, all of them here. Fuck them all. I'm so sick. And the thing with, I think, survival and part of my cancer fight, because I was in so much pain. I'm a tough fucking dude. That tumor's wrapped around my lower fucking bowel. The pain, I look back on it that I went through for a long, long time. My videos, you can't tell. 90% of every video I have out there, I'm in very critical condition. Leading the Million Masked Man March. At the San Onofre hearing. You know, Barbara Boxer's officer herself, Lee Savage, says, Kevin, you've done more to educate this office and everybody else. You've changed this dynamic so incredibly. My father knows me personally. They all know me personally because I've been going at it in a logical, reality, truthful way. The thing with nuclear and all these people that have joined on to nuclear don't understand the lies. That's what I've tried to point out to them all the time. You know, even in the Fukushima thesis, long before Fukushima happened, I would point out to them over and over, there's no answer for the waste. There's never been an answer for the waste. They keep saying, oh, we'll get it, science will catch up. No, they won't get it. They never have got it. And it's the same regurgitation over and over and over and over and over. I call it out to them. I call out to the fucking power vacuum, the nuclear cartel, the fucking subsidy that is so grotesque over the top because you as the taxpayer demanded it. You say, oh, I hate my congressman. I hate fucking... You go right to the federal top of the level heap. You go right to the feds. Oh, Obama this, Bush this, at the top. But you won't even look at your local, and I proved it. I proved it in my PhD. I proved it all over this country. All over this country, I do it. I only use politically motivated people. You know, I got a gun pulled on me in fucking Tennessee by this old lunatic who really thought he was something. He really thought he knew everything he was talking about radio. He was a fool. That's the problem. I mean, these are dangerous people that think they know they're fucking regurgitate sitting in their basement on a fucking webcam of fucking regurgitating. I mean, just coming up with this fucking ridiculous spew. Oh yeah, I mean, some of these people fucking didn't get through the fucking 6th grade, and they're going to talk fucking economics is complex, very complex. The finance, you want to dive into the dynamic of the Fed, you want to cut and go. Oh, the Fed's 100. No, the Fed, fuck the word, the Federal Reserve. You have a flow of fucking money exchange and finance. The central bank was invented before this country was here in fucking 1776. The first thing we had in this country was the Coast Guard. Alexander Hamilton. What a brilliant genius he was. Tariffs. We're the tariff country. You can't even have that conversation because you've been branded lock, stock, fucking barrel. You'll have these conversations in a hyperbole, intense, ridiculous way. But when it comes right down, it's the conscious. It is the conscious spewing. And I've come to the conclusion that nobody can understand their own subconscious. Nobody can view from the root. It's like cancer. You want to fucking cure, you want to talk about the fucking cure. Just like nuclear, you don't want to talk about the cure. We're going to come up with this now. You don't want to talk about the causation, the roots that gives you cancer. Nuclear fallout gives you cancer. Nuclear fallout is everything that's wrong with this country. Destroying the thyroids of everybody. It is rooted into the fucking obesity problem. It's rooted into fucking diabetes. It's rooted into all of it. Because why? Nuclear fallout affects every living thing on the planet. Every piece of fucking DNA. It alters it for time and all time. And not in a good way. Not in a good way. I'm living fucking proof. You go back and watch my early videos from day one. Look at the tags in them. Leukemia, acute leukemia. Like I'm predicting my own. I've been so Cassandra-like on everything along the way. And I've learned. Now, Cassandra, if you don't know, in Greek mythology, the second most beautiful freaking girl. Apollo wanted her at the temple. She refused him. She told him no. Up there, spend the night with me. Told him no. Where did you sleep, girl, last night? In the pines. She said no. So he cursed her. She would be able to see the future. But no one would believe her. And all her heirs and all time eternity. I'm starting to see, I understand what Vincent fucking went through and go. I understand what Jackson Pollock was going through when he pissed in Peggy Guggenheim's fireplace. I understand what Andy Warhol's sarcasm and how sick he was. By the way, they were going to cut my gallbladder out right there the same day he got shot. And they cut me off Medicaid without even giving me notification. I want people to understand, too, this about the medical system. There's great doctors out there. You got to find them. You get sick, you find an old school oncologist, somebody who's been around. There's no substitute for experience. You listen to your subconscious. And I'm here to tell you want to live? Well, make up your mind. Make the decision, seriously. If you like your life, you got to fight for everything you got. I mean, anything in this fucking world, we know that now, especially with the game is all rigged against us. Anything you want, you have to fight. You have to intensely fight in an intelligent, hard way. You got to fight for your own life. There's only way you're going to say you have to be. I got on YouTube and I dug in. I was so sick. Just researching the internet. The internet is so powerful. So powerful. You know, I just researched. I'm running regression. They told me I had carcinoid cancer, metastasized in my liver. I'm running regression. It's coming up now. It doesn't make sense to me. I found a YouTube video with 14 views from Cedars-Sinai, a pathologist, for his students talking about cancer likes to form in the lower right mesentery in men. He says it's a dynamic, crazy diagnosis, and I believe that pathologists get it wrong as much as they get it right. That's what my light went on. Then I started and I started understanding that leukemia can present tumors. started digging. I found a study from this doctor with 19 patients in it through the 90s in South Korea. And he says in it that these tumors are leukemia tumors. It's called de novo. When they present, it's usually a death sentence. It's like a warning shot fired over the bow. Hey, dumb fucker. You know, I look back at Carla, and I loved Carla. She was a fucking amazing woman. Really beautiful. Incredibly beautiful. Incredible good shape. Did everything right. But her husband. I mean, I remember he told me one day, oh, I don't like your style. Whatever. I said, I don't give a fuck what you like. What are you talking about? I hear that all the time. People really take it back to me, you know, the half chance or whatever. I will say this about my beautiful friend Paul. We grew up together. I love him so much. I think about it. I mean, I'll just start crying. He and I met in the 4th grade on the basketball court. We looked alike. We dated the same girl. He was amazing. He was brilliant. He was dynamic. He was so much like me. He fought. Huntsman cut his stomach out. He called me before, me and him, of course, called. We were rehabbing together. He did everything right. Thought he had it beat. He said, Kevin, I wish I would have never went to Huntsman and let them cut my stomach. Now, I don't know. I think he would have won anyway. His camp, just like Carly, was so radical aggressive that, there's nothing anybody could do. And, he calmed me down at his death. I went to his funeral, and his funeral, he used the light blue balloons because I used to wear those light blue glasses. You know what? And people don't understand, too, all these headgear that I wore through the whole dynamic and the whole time. Chemo burned through the top of my brain. I'm hiking up here. I hike Malin's freaking 3 times a week, 6 miles. When I first come out of the hospital, I go down in Memory Grove with my tree. Doctors are like, God, you're crazy. There's a meditation temple down there, built for the World War II by the Cathedral of the Madeleine. The Catholics build. It's so beautiful down there, and they're so spiritual. It's such hallowed, sacred ground. It's right there at the hospital. It's right there. I would go down there and I would meditate. I would walk and meditate. I could barely make a step. As the chemo destroyed me, I got up one morning. Well, got up. I don't forget of sleeping in there. You got a central line hanging in there. It's intense. You're quarantined for months at a time. They basically kill every cell in your body. Got up and I looked in the mirror and my eyes. I have these really blue eyes. I looked, they were dull gray like the Great Salt Lake in the springtime. Like, oh my God. I was just fading away, trying to catch an edge. They're fighting, everybody in there is praying for me and just fighting for me. They know I need to turn the corner. I couldn't turn the corner. I couldn't. My body couldn't hang, but I kept fighting and fighting and fighting. In a militant, intelligent way. Doctor come in one day, that beautiful, intelligent genius, Finbo Peterson, who saved my life, came in my room one day and he said, Kevin, we on the internet found you are the test model. This hasn't happened very often. And he laid down this study from South Korea and one from University of Austin at Texas on de novo. We found these, and I reached in my bag and I said, oh, you mean those 2 studies? I already had them. I did save my own life in a long way with a lot of help from a lot of beautiful people and creating these incredible, beautiful nurses. That's one thing this place has. The #1 school of nursing in the world is on this campus. River State nurses are the greatest in the world. That's who that hospital hires. And I'm here to tell you, it is the nurses. They're as important as the doctors. As important. Equal. Well, they know that down there. They have what they call rounds. All of your personal nurses, all your people, they participate together. They argue your cases. Cancers are so creative and so dynamic and so individual. You listen to yourself. You get diagnosed cancer, you've got to break out of the dogma. I'm telling you, I watch so many people. What happens? A lot of people, because these Mormon salesmen around here, these fucking thieves, these creepy little fuckers, now their network marketing thing is this pill they're fucking. They do it everything. Network marketing is the biggest thing in the world. They're scammers. That's what they do. It's scam America. You see it in the hospital all the time. These doctors just go, oh, my God. Well, I'm taking this pill because I have leukemia, and my blood works are coming back better. Well, here's what happens on so many of these things. Cannabis, apricots. No, I'm talking after you have cancer, And I'm not talking about preventative medicine, which that's what we all should be doing. I drink carrot juice every day. I hike every day. I listen to music. I do everything that I think that I'm supposed to be doing and that I like to do. Which I should have been doing before. I was just like the rest of you. Fucking can't happen to me. Oh, it happened to me. What it does, it masks the blood works. You know, I got this report from this cannabis study worked on this AML patient showing incredible results. So I read through the study. They had 3 patients in the study. Oh, we're showing great results. All 3 patients did. This guy comes to me, an old relative of mine. He says, "Hey, you take these pills." I'm like, "Do you realize I got a central line hanging out of me? You know, when I got released from the hospital?" And he's like, "Oh, you remember Uncle Dale?" And I says, "Yeah, well, your uncle, not mine." "Yeah, I remember that fucker." He says, "You know, he got leukemia, blah, blah, blah. He took this pill. He was out parasailing doing this." And I says, "Where's he at?" "Oh, he's dead." That's the dogma. You got to be your own advocate. You got to fight. If you want to live, then fucking live. Live like you have cancer before you have cancer. Fukushima's going to kill fucking millions and millions and millions because the plutonium hit us the first 6 days. The Pacific genocide is so fucking real. Is it going to kill everyone? No. I don't believe so. Is the corium going to fucking hit the fucking mantle and spew? Probably already has in some ways. I don't know. Is it going to cause volcanoes, whatever? I don't know. But I know this. What has happened, and I reported it in real time every day, in real time, not 3 years later regurgitating fucking somebody else's old bullshit, which is tired. That's what Naomi Klein does. That's what fucking Chris Hedges does. That's what they all do, and then they go sell fucking books. That's what the New York Times does. That's what the Washington Post does. You know, because they just fucking sit back, let it all unfold and happen. Then they're war profiteers. That's what fucking they all do. Not me. I see it as it happens. Because I am a real human rights activist. I am a real anti-nuclear activist. I've been fighting these guys for years because my agenda is to shut down all nuclear. And I've done a lot of it. I'm the one who got Blue Castle stopped on the green, me, by myself. It was me who did that. I'm the one that exposed their fake fucking funding. I'm the one that did all that because of my hedge fund experience. Lead fucking dog hedge fund. Fucking scams. I got the cows kicked out of the fucking drinking water directly out of the fucking... Christina took a photograph coming out of the plane. She caught the plant that I've been writing and raving. I write that plant all the time. People say, "Oh, that's... No, you're not. Oh, that's where this was." No, it's not. That fucking plant's so fucking secret out there. That's the plant I got the fucking cows kicked out of. Drinking water directly out. Oh, yeah, I did that. Did I pay a price? Oh, yeah. We know that it was Mike Lee. We know. And his brother, head of the Utah Supreme Court, that got fucking Tim Christopher put in solitary. This is the political fucking games they play. Because, look, the theft of the fucking election in 2000 gave them carte blanche. Not Kevin Blanch, carte blanche. Look, we know for a fact that Karl Rove's fucking backup machines kicked in Ohio in 2004. The guy that was getting ready to testify, his fucking little fat pudgy fucker, who I think came off this university, committed suicide, crashed his plane. You know, that's what happens. He didn't win anything. They're fucking thieves. And you're going to buy into Ayn Rand? We have a negative interest rate in this country. That's what QE 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Buying bonds is fucking the same as a negative interest rate. Japan has had a negative interest rate for fucking decades. The Nikkei peaked in 1986 at 36,000. What is it, 14,000? So, okay, class. When did inflation happen? When did the dollar crash? Between 2003 and 2006. While you were all fucking beating war drums and all caught up. You did Bin Laden. What did we make the quantum leap that Bin Laden did fucking 9/11? Bin Laden had nothing to do with 9/11. Nothing. They knew the fucking United States fucking powers are said now are admitting they pulled him over on a car 4 or 5 times. He was right there. They never were fucking hiding from Bin Laden. They were fucking extracting fucking the Queen's fucking natural resources from the fucking Russians. And now the Russians, Putin and fucking the Queen and the American fucking powers, they're all in bed together. Pussy Riot's been co-opted. Pussy Riot does photo ops with Hillary. They're done. Hasta la vista. They're done. They're co-op. Edward Snowden. Fucking, he goes on Brown. He's done. He's fucking done. No real human rights activists fucking participate in these pieces. They tell them to fuck off. Because they threaten them. Michael Hastings stood up. Did Michael Hastings push that gas pedal himself? You and I pushed the gas pedal. The weight of the world on his neck. He's breaking the biggest story in the world. He's taking on the powers, the weight of the fucking world on his neck. Aaron Swartz. Did we put the noose around? Well, you and I put the noose around his neck. I didn't see one of you guys standing up for him in real time. None of you. None of you. Michael Hay, I mean, can you imagine these two young men, brilliant genius, telling the truth, which we're all taught to do our whole lives. And you wrap yourselves up in the flag, fuckers. Oh, war bar, fuck their terrorists, you know, that guy Fox. You ought to shoot the shit, you know. He's a fucking terrorist. That fucker ought to be hung. All these fuckers ought to be hung. In future past societies, they would have been. But we can't see it. We can't fucking see one. It's right in your fucking... Ayn Rand. The neoconservative far fucking right, and then the fucking left fucking completely, the progressives pushed aside by the fucking liberals, which the liberals are pathetic anymore in this country, but there's only thing worse than them. That's the fucking terrorist far right. The far right is terrorists in the country. Lunacy, fucking terrorists. I don't know how y'all go for the gold pieces. Yeah, the gold's going to work for you. Who owns all the gold mines? Same person owns the uranium mines. Same people that own the diamond mines. Oh, Carl Rhodes, Rhodesia. Oh, Bill Clinton was a Rhodes Scholar. Bill Clinton betrayed the American public. The American public voted for a man like John Kennedy, a true progressive. They voted for him, Bill Clinton. That's who they wanted. But he lied. He was a masquerade party. He was a neoconservative Queen's fucking puppet. A Republican worse than any fucking... No. I mean, the Republicans were hijacked. Eisenhower, that was a real Republican. He was a good man. He warned us. The military-industrialized complex. It's not a cliche. Read the motherfucker. No, Bill Clinton betrayed us hardcore. Hardcore, he betrayed us. He signed NAFTA. I knew it that day. I was right here on the university that day. I come back from Wall Street. I was right here. I remember telling Clyde Coup, I felt like I'd been shot in the guts. It's over. Ross Perot was right. Ross Perot was right. Red or blue? Which one? You're going to hear a giant whoosh. Oh, did we? The dollar was thrashed. The dollar went from fucking... We hope someday to have the dollar trading equivalent to the fucking... The euro trading equivalent to the dollar, open 75 cents. Who knew? The less than a decade later, it'd go to $1.60. That is the biggest thrashing of all wealth in fucking North America and America in human history. You can't avoid it. So you have $10,000 in 2000, class. $10,000 in cash. Or stocks, you sell your stocks. $10,000 in cash. You sell your gold, $10,000, whatever. You turn, because that's what we accept as exchange here. We accept cash. Baltimore County Finance don't take gold. They won't take your stock certificates. They make you sell them for cash. Oh, they take cash. So you do that in 2000. Gasoline was $1.34 a barrel. We had no inflation. Oil was $14 a barrel. Gasoline, $1.34 a gallon. Gold was $245 an ounce. Median price of a house. Food. Let's talk about food. What was food? Instead of fucking, so they tricked you on food. Instead of doubling the price, they cut the portions in half. The greatest inflation in human history happened while we were fucking invading Iraq, 2003, 2009. Destroyed it. Stocks. Waited. You know, I waited in my book, Post-Sickness, my PhD. I waited all. I lay it out in fucking hardcore detail, right down to the fucking fake fucking Avon picture on your fucking wall. I waited all. Quality gone in this country. Your fake rock, your styrofoam match, you just keep leveraging up by default because of a low interest rate. There's a byproduct for that. A hardcore byproduct. That is the quality of life. The quality of life in America in the last fucking 14 years has been lowered so hardcore dramatically. Why? Because your money has no power. It hasn't happened in the last 5 years. It happened in 2000, the war. The same people that are bitching about the fucking Federal Reserve right now, the same people are the same people that created it. Alan Greenspan knew Ayn Rand personally as a teenager. He was an Ayn Rand groupie. He used to follow around Manhattan, throw on her skirt. She never claimed to be economist. She was an atheist born in Leningrad, Russia, a counterculturist, science fiction writer, on public assistance for years. I've been right to her fucking house right there in New York. It's pretty ironic because her house is right by the debt clock. Do you realize we have $18 trillion in rolling debt? Everybody says, oh, we can't think, you know, the tax code's fucked up. No, I'll tell you what's fucked up. The American populace. You can't have, and there's only one answer. There's only one answer. Same answer in 1776. Same answer in Reconstruction after the Civil War. Same answer in fucking World War II. It's always the same answer. Tariffs. You're going to allow slaves? Apple, all of them, every one of them. They're the new East India Company. That's who these people are. That only answers tariffs. Stand tuned. You know, we'll record this in history. You know, come out of your dogma. And when you get cancer, you fucking defend yourself. And you fight for your own fucking life because nobody's going to fight for you. Nobody. I learned it. Nobody's going to come to your fucking side. You're on your own and you fight.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical.